Hello, Mike Esker here, and welcome to This Old Geek. In this video, I decided to finally complete my Mr. Punch puppet. And if you see my earlier videos, this is the head that I was working on in those videos. I touched up the paint a little bit, and sprayed it with a couple coats of clear coat. And when you do things like that, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. I usually take mine outside or in the garage with the big door open. And as you notice, I don't have any ears on there because it's just going to be hair. I didn't really feel it was necessary to put ears on them. I'll take my tape measure. See, it looks about right about like that. And right there, about 6 inches. Now, if you don't have a tape measure, you can use a strip of paper. Just cut a strip of paper, just put it where you want it on the head, and where you want it on either side. Just even it up and just bend it, and there you have it. Okay, now I'm going to cut the size of the fur that I want for his hair. And you want to make sure that it's going down like this. You don't want to cut it like that. You want to do it down like this. So then you want to flip it over. Let's see. The length I wanted was 6 inches. So I'm going to go from here to the edge here to 6 inches. So right here. Now, since the hair hangs down, or the fur hangs down a few inches, I only need a couple inches to cut up here. Should be using a straight edge, but see if I have one. Okay, I'm just going to go right down here, get it as straight as possible. That should be about enough. Now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and I prefer to do this rather than use a scissors, so it doesn't mess up the length of the hair. Okay. Now I'm going to put my tacky glue on the back side of the fake fur. Get it on there as much as I can. Spread it around a little bit. Try not to get too sloppy. We'll get this on his head about where I want it. And do it just a little bit above the eyebrows, or right about up there. And the cat's gonna pretty much just sit right here and try to cover this part. Get it up there just a little bit more. That should be about right. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Just a little. Okay, now I want to measure for his cap. So I'm going to take my measuring tape here. Let's see, I want it to go around like this. And we're looking at about let's say around 10.5 inches. Now I want to make a pattern for the cap, so in order to do that I'm going to measure the total circumference here for the cap. Now I measured 10.5 inches, so I'm going to go to 11. Do like Spinal Tap, go to 11, so I can make allowances for my sewing. I'm going to take my straight edge here, that's good enough. Now I'm just going to fold this over. Now this is all I need here. I only need 1/2 because I only need to make a pattern for 1/2 of the cap. Okay, I got my halves all cut out of the red felt, and I have them pinned together. And it's a good idea to do that because when you sew it, you want to keep it nice and even. And of course, you want to leave this open so you're only sewing along here. And the pins also give me a guide as to how far in I want my stitches to be. That's why when I measured the width of each half, I went a little larger, just give it a bit of a seam there. And so I got my needle and thread ready, and of course I have it doubled like that, and knotted at the end. So when I do this, I start here at the bottom, right about in there. I do a whip stitch where you just whip it around. It's literally what it is. And I'm already creating a knot. Now I have it all sewed together, so I'm going to turn it inside out. This is a pattern I made for, it's going to go, it's like the front of his cap. Not sure exactly what you'd call it, but he usually has something like that. He usually has something that looks like a admiral's cap. So I'm just going to put this on here, and I'm going to do this on some navy blue felt. just trace it out. This would probably be better with a white pen or pencil. So the cap is all done. That's all I'm going to do to it for now. Now I have this stuff with fiber fill to fill it out like that, and then I sewed this bell onto it. And I have it tacky glued to his head. Now the only thing left to do will be to make his body, which I'll cover in the next video. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time. So stay safe and healthy.